true.
So last night, ahead of the Celtics-Jazz game, Celtics fans greeted Jazz player Gordon Hayward with some cheers. He's a potential free agent this summer, and maybe, I would assume, players are interested in him on the Celtics, but that did not sit well with Jay Crowder.
Gordon Hayward to the Boston Celtics would save the Eastern Conference. Now, right about now, you might be thinking I'm an idiot, but give me a few minutes of your time and I might change your mind. Stay tuned, Jay.
I wanna go far, there's no stopping. I see them watching, I see them hating. One day I swear I'ma be on the station. Mama, I gotta make moves.
Now, let's be honest. The Eastern Conference has been a joke for at least the last half-decade. In the last 18 seasons, the East only won 7 championships compared to the West 11. And if it wasn't for LeBron, the finals might almost be unwatchable. And if we be honest with ourselves, everyone in the Eastern Conference not named the Cleveland Cavaliers, basically they're competing for second place. But this offseason, Gordon Hayward has the power to change all of that. This offseason, Gordon Hayward would be a free agent, and I think Gordon joining the Boston Celtics could possibly bring the Larry O'Brien Trophy back to Boston for the 18th time. Now, let me explain my logic. This past trade deadline, it seemed like all we could think / talk about was Paul George or Jimmy Butler joining the Boston Celtics. And to be honest, I was just like everyone else. I was excited. I thought the moves sound crazy. But what the average NBA fan fails to realize with moves like this, there's something called ego that can cause these moves to be a big mess. I honestly believe this was the reason for the Miami Big Three losing in the finals to Dallas. LeBron didn't want to step on Dwayne Wade's toes. But when we NBA fans look at big names joining forces, we automatically look at their averages on their less cluttered team and anticipate the same production. But basketball doesn't work like that. If that was the case, every single team in NBA history that had big names on the same team would be contenders for NBA final champions, and it just doesn't work like that. Now, how does this relate to Gordon? Gordon Hayward is a player with little to no ego. We have to remember this is a guy that took a step back for Trey Burke. So Gordon Hayward joining the Boston Celtics team with Isaiah Thomas already there wouldn't be a problem. Also, we wouldn't have to worry about that new player coach drama because Gordon Hayward and Brad Stevens go all the way back to Gordon's high school days, and they was one half-court shot bounce away from upsetting Duke in the national championship. So a player like Gordon Hayward can fit right into that Celtics team. He's one of the most versatile players in the entire league in my opinion. He can play off the dribble and actually create things for his other teammates. He can hit catch and shoot threes as he shoots 40% from deep, and he can play legit defense coming out of that Utah defensive system. Like, if you ever watch Gordon actually play, he's so fundamentally sound. It's like he doesn't do anything eye-popping great, but he will do any and everything pretty damn good. And he's so underrated, man. He's so underrated. Mike Zimba made a video and I was so excited because he was so right about everything he said about Gordon. Everyone talks about how Kawhi Leonard increased his production every single year in the league. But what about Gordon? Gordon went from a skinny forward who lacked aggression to a defined all-star, averaging 22 points with the Jazz team that's a 4th seed in the Western Conference. That's a 4th seed. Nobody was talking about Utah. And no knock on Kawhi Leonard, as he's one of my favorite players in the NBA. But he made improvements to his game with a great culture and legends all around him. San Antonio looks like they make everyone great. Gordon took his game to the next level with average talent and 3 different head coaches. So imagine if he joined a winning area like Boston with an elite coaching staff. He could really take his game to the next level as a player that doesn't demand much like other stars. He could easily mesh with the promising talent Boston already has. And you know, I don't knock anyone that doesn't really know how great Gordon really is, because he's never on TV. He's not your prototypical great player. He doesn't have the tattoos. He doesn't do the flashy dunks. He's not all buddy-buddy with the other players. But this dude is really special if you actually watch his games. And me personally, I would always take the player that can mesh well with other great talent rather than the guy that's individually great but his other teammates seem like they're a non-factor. And a move like this would scare the death of not only Cleveland but competitive teams in the Western Conference. You bring in a guy like Gordon Hayward who can do it all to Boston, that would take all the pressure and eyes off of Isaiah Thomas, and that would make him even more deadly. Then if you keep your key players like Avery Bradley, who can be a consistent 3-and-D guy, and Al Horford with veteran experience, this would make Boston even more attractive for other players. And remember this about basketball: it's nothing greater in basketball than a player like Gordon Hayward that knows and embraces his role. You will always have a problem when a bunch of guys wants to be the guy. But when a team has a bunch of players that knows and embraces their role, they can cohesively dominate and be a threat for the championship for years. And the East needs another true title contending team like this. Like the other day, the Wizards and the Celtics was playing, and this is supposed to be two of the top powerhouses in the entire Eastern Conference. And I would literally rather watch the Golden State Warriors blow out the Thunder just to see Russell Westbrook's reaction than to watch that Eastern Conference matchup. Those games just aren't interesting to me. So guys, that's basically the video. That's the move that I think can actually save the Eastern Conference. I'm sorry if it wasn't a sexy move like Jimmy Butler to the Celtics or a crazy Carmelo to the Celtics because they're big names. I knew you guys probably wasn't expecting it. Maybe you was, I don't know. But this move, in my opinion, can actually save the Eastern Conference and give us another title contending team. But if you like the video, make sure you like the video. Let's get this video to like 200 likes at least, please guys. Let's do that. Follow my social medias. I follow everyone back. My social medias are growing, so follow me. I follow everyone back, guys. Just follow me. If you like this video, like the video, turn on my notifications. That's a big thing with this channel. Do all of that great stuff, guys, and until next time, guys, stay down.
So much water on my name, I need a bowl of some. So many different girls, I got a load of them.